Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to another installment of our Mindfulness Minute. So, if you have not caught the previous two episodes, make sure that you go over there because we talked about control as a really big factor with things that are taking people's peace and safety right now. Because in the first episode, we talked about how a lot of the things that we can't control right now, other people's behaviors, how they're interacting with the pandemic, if they're keeping themselves safe, we just don't have control over that. So in episode two, we talked about food being in control and how you know if you are someone who starts to control with your food. With this third episode, I really wanted to tackle what it's like to actually release control. And one thing that we know about certain routines or behaviors to know whether it's something that's going to serve you in the long run is if you're constantly doing that one behavior, right? So if you're constantly someone who is really emphatic or really obsessive about how their body looks, or if you're someone who's really obsessive about how they spend their time, we want to look at just longevity. Is this something that's going to serve you in the long run? And oftentimes, if you kind of think about your life 5 or 10 years from now, if you want that to continue to evolve or that behavior, you're going to be able to be honest with yourself and be like, you know what, like that honestly doesn't serve me. So, one of the ways in which we can release control is first making sure that we label it. And then, secondly, getting around other people who feel and have some of the same value and messaging systems. And this is why support groups are really advantageous for someone who is barely starting off with understanding their behavior, because not only do you get to release some of the control, but one of the biggest features behind releasing control, is also releasing the shame that comes from it. Because when you're able to connect with others who feel pretty similar things as you, then you're able to be a bit more vulnerable. And in order to release control, in order to release shame, we need to bring on a whole lot more empathy. We need to bring on a whole lot more vulnerability. If you want to learn more, as always, there's going to be a link to a furthering blog post that talks a lot more about a lot of these topics. So make sure that you hit the link if this resonates with you so that you can read a little bit more and just use this as a resource.